Hey guys, this is BombTech1, and this is probably something. Oh, excuse me. Probably something that I'll do a let's play on later on down the line. At the moment, I don't know. I may or may not decide to do one, but this is sort of a first impressions, I guess you could say, because this game's currently in alpha, and it's not finished yet, etc., etc. But it's a game that there's not enough gameplay footage on YouTube at the moment. I mean, I was gonna buy this a while back, but the lack of gameplay footage actually, kept me from getting it. And now that I have got it, I don't think I regret it. It has to be said. So the game's called Isomer, as you can probably tell from the title of, this bit here, and obviously the title of the video. There's not really much of a menu screen at the moment, and there's also no options screen, which I gotta admit is sort of a problem when the music in this game tends to be quite loud. I'm just gonna delete this game and start a new world. Okay, so the premise of this game, according to its Indiedb site, it's a game that takes inspiration from XCOM and Dwarf Fortress. Both are games that I enjoy quite a bit, and if they manage to pull it off later on in the development, it'll be pretty awesome. Anyway, as you can see, we've got 8 aliens here. These are like our basic workers. They're armed with blaster pistols, and they can build things and mine things, and that's a problem I need to deal with. Yeah, essentially the premise of the game is this is my little dropship. Doesn't really look much like a dropship. Looks more like a box, but technicalities. And from here I can pretty much build a little base out. I can attack things. There are humans around the maps. Obviously, there was one just there. I don't know how he got in, but there are humans around the map that will actively come and attack you, and there are also human bases that you can go and raid for supplies, although at the moment that doesn't really seem... It doesn't seem like there's much to the base raiding, but it's in quite an early alpha state, so I guess they can sort of be forgiven for that, because the game still needs to be polished and all that kind of nice stuff. So yeah, essentially the game does play quite a bit like Apocalypse, and I'm assuming that's where most of the inspiration has come from on the XCOM front. I'm just gonna see if I can turn the sound volume down a little bit, because it is rather loud. Just bear with me a second. That should probably do it. I might be a little bit too quiet now, and I feel guilty turning the music down, because the soundtrack is rather nice. It's basic, I guess, but it is nice to listen to. It's not too heavy, and it's quite calming, which for a game like this that has no objectives, you could basically excuse me, you can basically just explore a world. It's quite a nice soundtrack. It's sort of similar to Terraria's, I guess. It's quite calming and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, as I was saying, you can mine out various parts of the land, and you can build things. you know, various different items. Power core is something I definitely want to be building. Put that in there. And then here's the thing I find quite interesting. There's like these not buildings, these three things here. I can basically build on that, and they will do certain things. I don't know if healing totems can actually be built off. No, it has to be on a power core block. So obviously a healing totem, you know, heals your people. Mutation pad, I will explain in a second, and obviously a transport pad, you know, it allows you to transport your units to different places. The mutation pad, however, allows you to mutate your basic worker aliens into one of these three. And obviously you've got an engineer that, you know, has no weapon, but he can mine faster than, well, mine and build faster than anyone else. You got a warrior that can't build at all, but has the best weapon in the game, at least so far. And then you've got a scout, which is basically, I guess, the best of both worlds, but sort of down. He's also kind of weak, I guess, but he is a lot faster, and yeah, he's got more stamina, blah blah. Oh, excuse me. Blah blah blah. I'm just gonna go make a warrior because warriors tend to be quite useful to me. Just mine out that. Yeah, I think because I have enough biomass, I am going to build a biomass seed plant, which will allow me... Oh, hang on, I want to build it in a more open area, so it has more room to grow. That's the thing, I haven't quite figured out how to clear out these bits here. So far, I've just resorted to mining the block out from underneath them, and that tends to destroy them, but I don't know if there's a way to just force your units to fire at a certain place. Because, the game tends to not tell you much. It gives you tips on, you know, moving groups and creating groups and things like that. But it doesn't tell you quite a few things. Like, it doesn't tell you what the names of these resources are, which would be helpful. And also up here, it says that you can trade for minerals times 20, but it doesn't actually tell me which one the minerals are. I mean, it tells me that I need this one, which I know is ice, but it doesn't tell me which one of these minerals is, which would be handy, because, you know, I might have like 1,000,000 minerals, but I can get 20 more and think, oh, well, I can trade for that, that's good. And I might have 0 of the one that's not minerals, like, you know, I might have 0 dirt and think that one's minerals, but, you know, it's something that, I guess I can excuse for not being there, but at the same time, it would be handy to have. I do like the lighting in this game, although there is something that I've actually noticed from the lighting that I will probably show you when it gets darker, if I remember. But it is something that definitely needs to be sorted out, because it's not right. It doesn't look right, and yeah, it'll bug me if it stays in for too long. I've got to say that so far, props to the developer. Oh, hang on, no, that's sort of a... No, never mind. Never mind. I was about to mention something about the lighting then, because if you could probably see, you can go back. But this light, it didn't go down as the level. I don't think that's really a good example, because the light's not actually right next to the 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 little cliff face. But you know, there are times when it will be right next to it, and it won't do anything. It won't oh, here's probably a nifty example, actually. Let's head that guy over here. Because if I put a light pole up here, I can show you what the problem with the lighting is. So if I put a light pole here, it doesn't shine down here, and it's like right on the edge. So it technically should be shining down here, but it doesn't. Which, you know, is something that can... And the developer... I've sort of... you know, I've been sort of wandering around on the forums and, you know, having a look around and everything. And the developer's pretty darn active. I recently subscribed, I think I subscribed anyway, to the YouTube channel that they have. And they're pretty active. They look around quite a bit for their game on YouTube, I would expect. So if you're watching, hi, you've made an awesome game so far. I honestly can't wait to see, you know, where it goes from here. But yeah, the game is definitely probably one of the more stable alphas I've played in a while, and for a two-man team, that's pretty impressive. I mean, there are teams of, you know, 20, maybe 30 odd people that will make a game and release the full game that's, you know, more buggy than this, so props to them. One thing that I think sort of might need to be done though is something more for biomass to be spent on, because the other day when I was playing this, I was dipped into it for about 2 hours or so, and the problem I had was that I couldn't spend enough biomass. I had like an excess of 900, and although you can trade that for other materials that you might need, the problem was that I just had so much of it, I couldn't get rid of it fast enough. And the biomass seed plant thing gives you basically an unlimited supply, so when you manage to put it on grass, you know, it just keeps spawning more and more and more. And you sort of, you don't know where to put it. It would also be, like I was reading the other day that someone suggested on the forums abductions, which I thought was kind of a cool idea. And you know, if you, I was thinking maybe sort of a research thing alongside that as well, would be kind of cool. But you know, that's probably quite a way off of being done. At this point I can't really think of much else to show. Where's the guy I had down here? Did I move him out with the thing? I don't know, hang on. Ah, there he is. Oh, no light poles up here. But so far the lighting's actually really nice. just that bug with the Z levels. Oh yeah, supply ships. Well, when they arrive, like I said earlier, like it says biomass times 20. Now I know that biomass is that one, but it doesn't have the icon there. So I have no, and even now there's these two I get confused with. I don't know which one's which. One of them's rare minerals, and the other one's, I think, is minerals. But you know, you can trade for other things like, you know, engineer and stuff. But you know, the fact that it doesn't tell you which resource is which, I think needs to be put in, because I spent a good few hours trying to figure out which one was which, because now, fortunately, I know that that one's biomass, that one's dirt, that one's sand, that one's ice, that one's stone, and one of these is rare minerals. I think it's the purple one. I think I saw some of the blue one down here anyway, so let's mine that up and see what we get from it. So far, I definitely like the game. It's got a lot of potential to it. And I mean, first impressions are not like my strong point. I don't really do first impressions. And I'm sort of trying to think what else to really say about the game that I haven't already said. So I've mentioned the premise of the game, I've mentioned about classes, I've mentioned about oh yeah, the pathfinding. The pathfinding is a little weird sometimes. There's nowhere I can really show you what I'm on about, but sometimes when an alien needs to go over something, and you know, say he's got to go over this bit, then over this bit, and then down this bit, and down this bit, and he can't go through there, and you know, there's fog of war either side. For some reason, they sometimes refuse to go over the hill. And it will tell you that the movement position's invalid. I'm trying to think how I could replicate it, but I don't know. Trying to explain it seems to be the main thing. What material do I get out of this? Okay, that one's rare minerals. Okay. What's the purple one then? Is it just minerals? See, I've played this game for a few hours and I still don't know which one these are. I guess I could say what I think needs to be added. I guess maybe some form of research, and maybe item crafting. I mean, item crafting is something that the yeah, that is minerals. Item crafting is something that the dev, I suppose, may be thinking of, because he's thinking about equipment, which is actually going to be put into the next update. So, you know, when that happens, I might do another video of this, and maybe even what's the word? Maybe even start a let's play. I don't know. It really depends. Yeah, I'd also maybe like in Dwarf Fortress, more sort of random events, I guess. So things that can affect your aliens. Like, I don't know, maybe having biomass as sort of a food source, maybe? Because then that way you could use it for that as well. Research, like I said, is something that might be kind of cool. So if food wasn't used for biomass, then maybe research could use biomass as a research tool. Or you could still have biomass as a food, and, you know, with the guy that suggested abductions, have it so that abducting people gives you research points, and then you can use those research points to craft better weapons to attack more human settlements. That's kind of an interesting idea. It's just a thought. But yeah, the thing with the light not going up and down Z levels, I can understand going up Z levels, but going down is something that needs to be fixed. In fact, come to think of it, it seems like going up Z levels, you know, as you can see here, it goes up a Z level, sort of alrightish, but, you know, it won't go, excuse me. Yeah, see, this is the thing. That worker, all he has to do is go over here, and then up here to get out, but he can't do that. Like, the game seems to struggle with complex pathfinding. Let's go build some more light poles around, so we don't have any humans sneaking up on us. It'd be nice to find a human base, actually. I'll see if... Can I mutate a worker into a scout? One thing that would be nice is queuing up commands. So say you want your worker to walk... I guess the main thing I could probably use, like a queuing up waypoints mode, is say there was like a human heavy trooper here that, you know, and I wanted to put some explosives that were over here. You know, I maybe have it so that I could shift click over here, then shift click over here, and then shift put the explosives down. You know, to sneak past the heavy trooper. Because at the moment, if you if you want to put the explosives there, you just have to click, and he'll just walk straight past that heavy without so much as a second thought. My voice is beginning to rasp as well, actually. I need a drink. Anyway, this is Isomer. It's currently $5.99 on the server, £5.99. I don't know how much that is in dollars. I would definitely go and take a look at it, at least, you know, take a look at the Indiedb page, or maybe go to the website. I'll probably link both of them in the description. But anyway, for now guys, this is BombTicker1, signing out.